In today's video, I'm going to show you how to map stems to your DJ controller if your DJ controller does not have dedicated stems buttons. So think DDJ FLX4 right here or the DDJ FLX2. Hold on a second, I swear there's already a video on this channel explaining exactly how to do this. Yes, that is absolutely true. I already have a video on my channel showing you exactly how to do this. However, in the latest firmware release of Rekordbox, I'm talking at the time of filming this video, version 7.2.8, there are some slight differences in how you actually map this feature onto your DJ controller. And so this is a bit of an update video to the one that I made nearly 1 year ago. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we are on the FLX4. Now, step one of this is to decide what you are going to compromise on. What are you going to sacrifice in order to remap it to stems? Because of course, this controller comes fully mapped out of the box and it doesn't have individual stems buttons. So you're going to have to sacrifice, you're going to have to remove something in order to add stems on. Now for me, the choice is pretty simple because on an FLX4, we have 8 performance pad modes. Underneath the sampler, that secondary mode is key shift. I do not use key shift ever, really. I also don't use the keyboard mode. So those are the 2 modes that I would look at swapping out 3 of the pads for stems. That's an easy choice to me. If you are on something a bit smaller like an FLX2, this is going to be a little bit more of a challenging choice, I would have thought, because you only have 4 performance pad modes. If you're looking at replacing performance pad modes with stems, me personally would say that the obvious choice is the sampler, because of course stems, you only need 3, maximum 4 performance pads. So if you activate this mode, you still could have a sampler on the top row and then map the stems to the bottom row. So that could be an option. Some people might not want to look at the performance pads at all, and they might want to map stems to the mixer section. Absolutely possible. You could remove the EQs, so unmap the EQs and replace that with your stems. Someone actually asked me about this in the comments the other week. So that is absolutely possible. You just follow the exact same steps, but apply this to the mixer section rather than the pad section. So once you've decided that, you're going to jump onto Rekordbox. Now, when you are in Rekordbox, you want to activate the MIDI menu here. That's a couple of boxes over away from the preferences, that little cog. So activate MIDI. This menu looks very daunting, but please do not worry about it. If you are happy with not having stems on your device, or you're happy with how everything is mapped, then you'll never need to open this box. This is just for configuring and making customizations to the way in which your controller behaves. Now, if you watched my first video talking you through this process, you'll know that I added stems to the deck and effects section. But this is the tweak since the firmware has been updated in Rekordbox. First and foremost, you want to come to the pad section. So not the deck section, not the effects section like before. Come to the pad section. Now, this is basically all of the coding for all of your pad modes. And as I say, don't worry, it's not that scary a list. Now, stems will not appear here by default. You have to add it. So what you want to do is you click add, go to the bottom, click stems, and then I'm just going to add the 3 stems. You've got instrumental, I'm going to add the vocal, and I'm going to add the drums. You do actually have a 4th stem here, which is quite cool, which is bass. But I'm just following the 3 stems that are on Rekordbox in the performance view. So we've got vocal, instrumental, and drums there. I'm not adding the bass. So you can see here now we've got active stem, instrumental, vocal, and drums. Now, you need to repeat this process for the number of decks that you have. So if you want to add this to a 4-channel controller, you need to add it 4 times. An FLX2 and FLX4 is of course a 2-channel controller. So we've added it there and we need to just add it again for the 2nd deck. So we've got instrumental, we've got vocal, and we have got drums. Now, This is the crucial part here, because half of those additions that I've just done are for deck 1, and then we've repeated the process for deck 2. So for those second 3, you just need to make sure that you change that to deck 2. So 2, just on the drop down list there. If you've got deck 3 and 4, you need to do that 4, 3 and 4. So now we have stems ready to go. And now you're going to jump back over to your controller and you are going to find the mode that you want to replace. So for me, as I mentioned, it's key shift. I don't like that mode, so we're going to activate key shift, and I'm going to map these top 3 buttons here. In Rekordbox, you click learn. This basically means that you can find where this particular pad is mapped. So we're going to click learn on the MIDI mode, and we're going to click that pad, and you can see here, look, this MIDI code is already assigned. Pad key shift pad 1, MIDI in 9770, MIDI out 9770. So what we are now going to do is we're going to find key shift pad 1 and those MIDI codes, and we're going to delete it. So make sure you're deleting the right thing. So we're going to scroll through the list. Where are we? Pad FX2, key shift pad 1. There we have it. And we are literally just going to press delete on that. Be sure you're deleting the right thing, because I'm not saying you can't get it back afterwards. It's not gone forever, but you're just going to have to remap everything if you delete the wrong thing. So click delete. Are you sure you want to delete it? Yes. So that has been deleted. Now we know that we want to assign the stem instrumental to that button, because that button is now effectively free. It's available. So now all we need to do is remap it by pressing that same button again. Make sure you have learn mode still enabled. And now that button has been reassigned to the stem of instrumental. And you just need to repeat that process now for the other stems. So I have just mapped the whole controller now. So I've got the 3 stems here and the 3 stems there for each deck. So just repeat that process that I have just shown you for each individual button. Unfortunately, it is a bit of a long-winded process, but once you get used to it, it is pretty quick. I would just say, just double check everything before you delete anything. Once you have done that, you can close MIDI mode and you are ready to go. Basically, the buttons do work in reverse. So if the buttons are not illuminated, basically you have not activated the stem. If they are illuminated, you have activated the stem. So if I hit record on this and I press play, that's the full track playing, and you can see here now, I've just got the drums there. Let's get to a more instrumental part of the track. I've only got the drums, so you can hear there's nothing there. There's the vocal, full track, remove the drums. There we have it, and it's exactly the same on the other side. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Please leave me your questions down below. Please give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe if you have not done so already, and I'll catch you in the next one.